We are live with another episode of Mini Life. I am your host, Mini Mike.
What up, everybody? I'm Scrapyard, the man with the mini and 1,000 pieces, as always. How's it going?
Hello, how are we? That's what Sean always says. Hello, how are we?
Dude, you gotta be polite. It's nice to be nice.
How are we? Helen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Before we get rocking here, we like to give a quick plug. Follow Helen as we talk along here. Go check out her mini sprightly_1995. That is her classic mini. You also have a, I think it's more kind of your personal one, but if you want to plug the other one too, is that okay or no?
Yeah, that's fine. My other one's a personal account, really. It's not a dedicated car account like the Sprightly one is, but that's little_kite blue JCW.
Yeah, so I know that I knew that we had another mini in the family as well. So
yeah,
so go check those out. As we're talking, we'll probably be chit chatting about that, and follow minilife.37 on the gram. And don't forget to follow our lovely partner, Mountaineer Classic. If we get them to 2,000 followers, they're flying Sean out to the United States of America. Helen, have you been to the U.S.?
a couple of times, yeah. Just to Florida,
where'd you go?
family holidays.
Oh, Florida. Did you meet any Florida men?
No.
Here comes the rabbit holes. The rabbit holes. Did you eat gator? That's a good question.
No, we didn't. I was 13 when I went to Florida for the first time, and then we went again when I was about 23. Again, like a family holiday sort of thing. So we did all the parks and all the tourist stuff.
And you didn't have gator?
No.
What the heck? You didn't have gator though?
Flew all the way to Florida and didn't even have gator. Come on, man.
Listen. When I went to the UK, I had bangers and mash, and I had all your crumpets and all those sorts of things. And you come to America and you don't eat gator? Come on.
I will do it next time.
To be fair, Helen, this is the rabbit holes we were talking about, I think, before we hit record. Honestly, gator is pretty damn good. It's so the kind that I have, they're kind of like little like chicken nugget things. They're like little fried gator bits. Oh man, they're good. Yeah, they're like people get weirded out about like foods that aren't like mainstream, but like man, gator's pretty good.
Dude, it's just funny hearing a grown ass man saying chicken nuggies.
Listen, we drive minis, dude. We say nuggies, all right?
Yeah, true. All right, I give you that.
Well, I forgot where we were. Yeah. So, anyways, yes, Mountaineer Classic will fly Sean out to the United States of America, and we will travel across the nation. He's got to fly all the way to the West Coast, and then we're going to drive almost to the East Coast on a adventure. So, you guys help us out, give them a follow, support them. That supports us. And then there'll be some crazy ass banter in a car for many, many hours between Sean and I. So
many hours.
I don't know if anyone watched the vlog. We started doing some YouTube vlogs. We're just, we're just trying to be YouTubers, get that YouTube money.
Yeah.
And I was saying, no one knows how to.
Mike, we're trying new things.
We're trying to get YouTube money. No, I'm just kidding. But I was laughing because I was driving and no one, like, especially in Southern California, I feel like this is a big problem. No one, either they don't care about stop signs or they just didn't learn them properly. They run them. They don't know how to like.
Oh,
and you
they
guys
just can't read.
That could be true, or they were drunk and they hit the stop sign, so there's no more stop sign there, so they forget that there's a stop sign. But in your neck of the woods, do you have more stop signs or roundabouts?
Ooh. More roundabouts, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
like you guys have more roundabouts, like we have like 4-way stops or a stoplight, but like you guys have a lot of roundabouts, huh?
Yeah.
Unless you're in Milton Keynes. Oh no, Milton Keynes is actually more roundabouts, but it's like a grid system around there.
Yeah. Went to a car meet down there recently. Yeah. They get a big turnout on a Sunday night.
Ooh, Sunday night.
Yeah. Every
Is that
Sunday.
the one up at the Network Rail site?
I'm not sure because I'm not familiar with the area, but I ended up going down there very random lastminute.com a few Sundays ago. And they get a really big turnout. Loads of cars turn up. There's a few minis there as well.
Hey,
That's
what
awesome.
we like.
Well, that's a good segue. Let's jump into it then. Helen, we always, the first question is, why the Mini? What got you into the Mini? Was somebody in your family into the Minis, or is it just something that you've always wanted? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I pretty much grew up with them really. When I was little, they were our family cars. My stepdad was the one that was into them. So I think he had a MG Maestro to start with in mint green. And I think I was about 4 or 5 when he bought the first Mini. And I get mixed up. I can't remember which one was the first one. I think the Mini 30, a special edition, was the one he had first, which was like cherry red. And it's actually, I still know of that Mini and I know who owns it now, which is quite cool, but I haven't yet come across them at a car show yet. I'm hoping I'll attend a Mini show and see them there. So he had that first. And then he had, I think it was called like a Racing Green. They did like a Mini Flame Red or something like that, and then a Racing Green version. And he had that for a little bit. And then he chopped that in for an ERA Mini Turbo.
Oh, wow.
The dream.
It was the dream, yeah. It was so cool. Like me and my stepsister, we just absolutely loved it. I can still remember like the smell of the leather. Because the leather them days was like real leather. Now it's horrible and thin and not very good quality at all. But it was absolutely stunning. I think we was the only one in our area that pretty much had one. And then one of his friends got one as well. And then another friend of his got one. And there was like 3 of them outside the house at one point. And they
Wow.
3 ERA Turbo Minis together.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because I think most of them ended up in Japan, didn't they?
Yeah, there was quite a lot in there. I feel like, was it about 80 they had in the UK? Something like that.
Something small like that, yeah. It wasn't many.
Yeah. No, there weren't many. And then that was the car that he then took to all the shows. He won quite a lot of trophies, in fairness to him, because he was just cleaning it all the time. So I grew up watching him always cleaning the car, having a really lovely, well-presented Mini, and I used to sit in the back of it and think, I could drive this. I'm small enough. This is small enough for me. I could drive this. And then he had that for a few years. And then it unfortunately got stolen.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, it got stolen off a
probably parted out in Worcestershire.
Yeah. So that was then kind of like the end of Minis for us as a family, because he didn't buy another one after that. And they very selfishly had my little brother. So they needed a bigger car. They needed
Those
a bigger
sons of
car.
bees.
All the stuff to come to the baby. So that
How
was
dare
like the
they.
end of that was the end of the Minis then for us as a family. And then obviously you grow up, you pass your test, and you end up with some shit box, some little Fiesta or something. But it was always like, oh, I can't wait to get back into a Mini.
And I always feel like you guys always just bring up the Fiesta. The poor Fiesta always gets.
Yeah.
The hate on Fiestas is unreal in this country, man.
And I quote, you grow up, you pass your test, and you get some sort of shit box like a Fiesta.
Well, the rich
Not that we
kids
judge
so
on here, but
those, so
That's hilarious.
and then so basically as an adult, I've just gone a few years ago, I just decided, oh, that's it, I want a Mini again. And I got my R56 Mini Cooper S. But when I got that, I then started thinking, oh, I want a classic. That was a bucket list car that I wanted. So then a few years later, I ended up saving up and getting one. And here we are with 2. But I've since changed my R56 for John Cooper Works as well. So yeah, that's how I ended up getting into them, really.
Amazing. Man, I'm every time I hear something similar, right? Like, oh, it was a family car. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I wish I had a Mini as a family car. We had a Volvo station wagon, which are kind of cool nowadays. They're kind of sleepers, but my dad had some pretty cool company cars. He had some, like I remember we had the 750 or 740 IL BMW, like the super long limo freaking one, and I thought
Like
that
the
thing was pretty cool.
executive.
Yeah, like the
Nice.
super long one. My dad always liked cars. He's not necessarily a car guy. Like he doesn't know how. No, sorry, Dad, I'm putting you on blast. He's not working. He's not working on the cars. He'll call me or.
Yeah, but when you own a BMW 7 Series like that, you don't need to work on it.
No. We don't. Yeah.
Whereas when you own a Mini, old and new, you haven't got a choice.
Oh yeah, always something, isn't there?
Yeah, always something to do on them for sure.
Oh,
but yeah, I always get jelly. I'm like, man, what was that like looking back? Like, it's hard to maybe for you to put it into words because it's kind of like growing up in a beautiful place and then like you leave and then you come back and you're like, oh well, this was actually really nice. I took it for granted type of thing. I'm not saying that you took that for granted, but it's hard for you to maybe imagine for somebody like me that I grew up always like seeing them on movies or TVs or pictures or whatever, and I wanted one so bad. And you guys were like, yeah, it was just a cool family car. We had a couple. Oh, casually had an ERA turbo, like
Yeah. My stepdad said to me and my stepsister, he was like, if we sell the Mini, we can go to Disneyland. We were like nearly crying. We were like, no, we'd rather keep the Mini.
Yes, that is priorities right there.
Yeah, we
loved it. Disneyland's pretty fun.
I'd rather keep the Mini than go Disneyland any day.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I wouldn't sell my Mini for Disneyland. I'd, maybe a kidney or something first.
Yeah.
You got 2 of those, right? I mean, I do have 2 Minis in as well as you guys. So like, but you could live with 1 kidney. You can't live with 1 Mini. True or false?
Yeah,
They're
that's facts.
Aren't they?
That yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that should be a new Patty Probe question. Like, how many Minis is like too little Minis?
Yeah.
We could structure that.
We can tweak it.
We can work on that. We can work.
So Helen, Patty Probe, you ready for this? Yeah.
You'll have to wait for that, Helen. We have that coming up at the top of the hour.
Okay.
Well, awesome. So, okay, I love it. I dig it. You've kind of always loved the Mini. Kind of came back around. Let's talk about the Mini Sprite first. How did you find it? Were you were kind of looking for it? I think you said you were like, hey, it's about time. Let's save up some money. Did you have in mind what you wanted? Did it just kind of fall in your lap? Tell us a little bit how you found this Mini.
So I kind of was just looking for just something solid and clean. Maybe it needed a few bits and bobs doing, but not a restoration job. I haven't got a clue who I'd even get involved with some of the work that would need doing. So I wanted something that was just get in and drive it and maybe do some cosmetic changes if I wanted to. So I did. I looked at a few, but I didn't have like a specific type in mind. And then I saw somebody on Instagram, I think it was, they've got a blue Sprite, but with white roof and white stripes. And I really liked that colour. And I've got a bit of a history with blue Minis. So I'm like, it's got to be blue. It's really weird. I nearly bought a red one. I went and paid a deposit on it and was like, oh yeah, I'm really excited. I'm buying this Mini. And then I was like, I can't, it's not blue. So I cancelled that. And then literally a couple of weeks later, this Sprite come up on a marketplace on Facebook. And it was local to me as well. It was only half an hour's drive away to go and have a look. And yeah, this guy had got it. I think he bought it and he'd kind of put it back together. but it had been in somebody's garage for 10 years or so, just sort of sitting there, not having anything done with it. But it had quite a bit of work done. It had a whole new front end, engine's been rebuilt and stuff like that. And yeah, I just put an offer in, and he accepted my offer. So went and collected it.
Main question here is, did you haggle the price?
I
You've
did.
always got to, surely, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Did it
my
work?
stepdad was like, offer him this. And I was like, I can't do that.
I know what I've got.
and then I did, and he accepted it. So I was like, oh, should have gone lower.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's sales 101. You know you messed up if they accept your first offer.
He kind of accepted it, but he came back and added like 200 quid on or something. And I just thought, well, this is quite below the budget I was planning on spending. So sod it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. I love that. So, how long have you had it now?
It was August 22, so it's coming up for 2 years.
Okay, coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, because I feel like I've been following you for a little bit now. It's always hard to kind of judge how long, everyone's kind of owned their minis, because it seemingly, you accomplished what you wanted, kind of something to get in and go, because it looks as if you drive this all the time. You're taking it to shows. You're going here. You're going there. Do you kind of split time with your JCW and kind of daily drive this, or is it like a weekend, every weekend you're taking it somewhere, or did you just stockpile pictures and videos that you post on Instagram? Like Sean does.
I wanted to have driven it more, but we've had a really rubbish summer so far, and we've had a lot of rain, and I am one of those people that I won't drive it in the rain unless it's something I can't control. If it's pouring down with rain, it's staying in the garage. That's it. So I haven't driven it as much as I'd like to, really. And yeah, the JCW is my daily, so that takes the daily battering, the daily driving. But I was going to daily. I was going to drive it to work and back. And then because I have it locked up in the garage, you've got that in the morning, swapping the cars over, unlocking the garage, getting it out. And most mornings I can't be bothered. Yeah, it hasn't been a go-to-work car for me. But it's going out to party tomorrow. It's going to Himley Hall. And it's going to be on the Mini Girls Club stand. And they're dressing it up in celebration for the Mini's 65th birthday. So it's going to get lots of...
fantastic. What's the theme?
Tomorrow. Hey?
What's the theme for it?
Oh, sorry.
Like, what were you dressing up as?
It's like Mini's 65th, so it's a birthday party. And Sprightly it's the only classic on their stand. So it's going to have... they've made it an old flat cap to put on the roof.
Yes.
I can't wait to see that.
And a beard, and it's got a pension book. She's wrapped up presents for it because it's Minnie's 65th birthday, isn't it? So he's got birthday presents to open and everything. It's going to be great.
That's incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. Wow.
So
absolutely. Yeah, it seems like you're very involved in the Mini community, new and old. And you just mentioned, I kind of wanted to touch on this because I think in your profile too, you have like R56 Group UK, but you just mentioned the Mini Girl. Is that what you called it? Mini Girl Group?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What's Mini Girls and how can people get involved and what's it? I can't even speak. What it's. God damn, you know what I'm trying to say.
How many beers you had today, man?
Wow. It is my birthday weekend, so, Continue, sorry. Helen, I say this to many people. We never said we're professionals. We just, we somehow finagled this and we're stuck in it.
Oh, yeah. So the mini girls is essentially there for it's for all minis, old and new, all uh, women, all people who identify as women, and it's there for everyone. And bless her, Linz Mitchell, who runs that group, she just travels all over the UK to try and create meets and things for people all over. She does do a fair bit of driving around just to try and get everyone involved. So like I originally that was one of the first groups I joined when I got my R56. But I'd never met her and I didn't know her then. And then I got involved in the R56 group, and now I've kind of ended up inheriting it and like running it and stuff. But I still go and do stuff with mini girls. I'm still a mini girl at heart. I'm an R56 girl, but I'm still a mini girl as well. So yeah.
We can be multiple things. That's always funny. I feel like I slightly inherited a lot of not responsibility, but like I started running the Facebook group for our SoCal Classic Minis. Now people think like I'm the go-to person, and it's like, no, we don't even really have that, but it's like, you kind of get suckered into it, but it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. It's good stuff. It keeps us active, keeps the community active. And that's always fun because, doing shows and meets and stuff like that. It's always fun. It gives me an excuse to drive my car every weekend. Sometimes it's just like, I want to go drive, but it's like, I don't know where to drive to, but if there's something to go drive to.
Yeah, I'm like that. I think that's why I end up getting lazy and not getting it out the garage, because I don't have like a reason to drive it.
Yeah.
And you end up thinking, I want to, like you say, I want to go driving, but where am I going? I'm driving around aimlessly.
Here's the flip side though. Why would you not want to drive it, even if you haven't got a destination? 20 minutes country lane, stop off a country pub.
No, yeah.
Good enough reason, surely.
I don't disagree with you, Sean, but like sometimes it's like, all right, I don't know. I just like, where do I stop? What do I do? Look,
I'm hearing from you two right now is just excuses.
Sean,
I'm sorry.
Like Helen and I drive our car, like even a quarter of our drive time is more than your drive time. So
look, it's been a year since I took it off near enough. Okay, I miss it like crazy. I get jealous every time I see somebody driving their Mini because I just want mine back on the road. All right, let me have my moment right now. Okay,
just plop that head gasket on and start driving that thing. Make it a rolling project.
It's
Helen,
too late.
Do you agree or no? It's not too late.
It's too late.
How is it too late?
Because I'm dropping subframe and everything, dude. It's like almost ready to come out. I've literally got the steering. Huh?
Is it dropped?
I've got like 3 bolts left until it drops out.
Helen, he just came at us and said, all I'm hearing is excuses, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
sounds like you just don't want to do a head gasket job.
No. Well, I kind of don't. But all I'm saying is that I will be making it a lot more drivable than what it was. Okay?
Okay. That's fair enough.
That's not an excuse. That is a promise.
I think the moral of the story here is we should take a page out of Helen's book and buy a car that is pretty much ready to go instead of our shitbox Fiesta wannabes.
Yeah, no, granted. I mean, it's the smarter way of doing it, the way Helen's done it, for sure.
Yeah. Helen, so I wanted to get into a Mini so bad. I traded a motorcycle that I got for free on Craigslist for this Mini, and it was just such a hunk. But so there's been a lot of work. But looking back on it, I should have probably just waited and saved money and bought one that was running and driving. Would have been much easier, but
Yeah, for anyone who's listening rather than watching, Helen is sitting here very smug right now at Mike and I.
Helen, this is like our 3 group right now is kind of like that Winnie the Pooh meme where Helen's the one that has the top hat and the monocle. I'm the one like, and then Sean's like the hillbilly one, like.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, I'm not going to be the hillbilly one.
Why? But you're the most American one here. Why is it got to be me?
Because it's based off of our cars. It's based off of our cars. It's based off of our minis. Helen's is the most like put together. Then it comes mine. It's running and driving, but it kind of looks shitty. And yours is just faff.
Understatement, but okay, yeah, I see that. Thanks.
Also, we're going to run this by you too, Helen. So our good friend Joe Mergens, he suggested coming up with a new game. We can play it two ways, right? How long does it take Mike to say faff into an episode? Like, guess how long it's going to take? Or should it be like, if you can correctly guess how many times Mike does say faff in an episode? I think we should start doing that. We should like just designate it, like designate an episode, like here's the game episode, and the winner that gets DMs us the first, like whether it's time or amount, gets like a free sticker or something like that.
Yeah.
I quite like the amount.
Yeah, Helen, that's my favorite word in the world. I recently learned faff, and it's just I've brought it into the I don't know if any American. I say it sometimes at work, and people are like, "What are you talking about, faff?" Like, what?
I really regret teaching me that, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Every conversation we've had, every guest that we've had, is just everything's been a faff with you.
Well, I mean, this world is a faff. So Claire started saying that. She's like, "Oh, this is faffing about." It just cracks me up, man. Cracks me up.
Dear.
Man. So back to the mini. What did I have here? Tell us a little bit about it. It's a 95 Sprite.
Yeah.
Have you done anything to it? Any modifications? Did it come with that sweet Mountney steering wheel?
It did. Yeah. That was already in there. To be honest, I've just done a few little cosmetic bits. I replaced all the carpet, got the granny grey out, and put some nice black with blue piping in to match the car.
Yeah.
I've changed the indicator lights to the clear ones. Just a few little cosmetic touches, really. I was going to do a complete retrim of the interior, but I don't know what I want, so I'm just going to leave that till I kind of make a decision on it.
I tell you what would look good, Helen. I'm not telling you what to do to your own car here, but what would look good, and Mike knows where I'm going with this, and probably our listeners know where I'm going with this. A nice fluffy leopard print dash would look awesome on that.
A fluffy leopard print dash?
I'm serious.
Helen, he has a fluffy leopard print dash, and he tries to push it on every. To be fair, it works really well with his car because he's got like kind of the gold color going.
But you could get like a nice bluey, pinky leopard print dash to go in with it. It would look hard. It would go well. Maybe not.
Maybe like some fluffy leopard print like dice or something.
Ooh.
Or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting some fluffy dice in. That's a bit retro in it.
Some fluffy dice. I want some dice in my car. I keep forgetting a dice and or a hula girl. I find, but I feel like that doesn't fit on the dash. I need like a
Yeah. It's an air freshener and she dances.
Yeah, I do have a.
Yeah, well, I've got one of them.
Yeah. Oh, really? They have an air freshener hula girl that dances?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you son of a bee! Now I need to start Googling. Should we take a break and go on to Amazon?
That's it. I'll bring one out to you when I come to the States.
Halfords, yeah, we don't have that, huh? I'm sure I can find one. I'm going to go to Hawaii next month, so I'll be able to search there too. Helen, the interior of your car, I think, looks really nice. The black with the blue piping, with the stock kind of door panels and seats. Like it's classic, but just slightly upgrade. What's that word? Like OEM plus.
OEM plus.
That's what it kind of feels like to me.
Yeah.
OEM plus. That looks good. I like that. So it's an SPI then. It's a single point injection.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Anything else done to it? Any suspension? Anything? You just kind of enjoy it.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, like, I think when I first got it, I kind of had loads of ideas, but you end up changing your mind, don't you? After a bit, you think, "Oh no, I'm glad I didn't do that," or because the first thing I wanted to do
Yeah.
was get the roof painted black, which
Right.
probably would suit it and it would look cool and it would kind of match my modern Mini a little bit in that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Recently, I'm loving the whole all blue thing, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm so glad I didn't change the roof." So it's been one of them where I've had
Yeah.
ideas and then kind of thought that's what I wanted, and then actually I just love it as it is. I'm not changing it.
Yeah, you
So
sit on it for a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
the blue color is really, really nice, and I mean, yeah, a white or black roof would suit it fine, but it does look really nice. I typically lean towards a two-tone Mini, you know, a whatever color roof versus body.
yeah,
But more and more lately, have I talked to more people and seen their cars that are full one color, it's really growing on me, and it's like the personality of the car. It's hard to change it, you know. So interesting. I like that. Yeah, I think the reason I really went down the rabbit hole with modifications is because all of my shit was broken, so I had to. It's like, what am I just gonna get a stock part to replace it? No, we're gonna get, you know. So, anyways, I agree. Stock. Just keep. Somebody told me this one time. Just keep it stock and just put a Monte Carlo sticker on it. And I was
That's
like, I
because
probably
it's
should have done that.
reliable.
Mine's pretty. Listen, I was thinking the other day when I was driving it, I was just driving it, and I was like, man, this is just nice to drive it and have it work. Do you know what that feels like, Sean?
I've no idea. I've no idea. I've owned it 18 years and I've driven it for a year and it broke down every day.
18 years.
I've
Wow.
no idea. Yeah. Helen has probably had a lot more reliability, fun than I have. I think the entire Mini community has.
Helen, I think I need a new co-host that's had more experience with me.
And better looking than me.
Oh, jeez. Helen, this is a serious question. What do you feel about people that drive their cars with misaligned steering wheels?
Mine's not misaligned, Mike. Mine is not misaligned, Mike.
You can't
Dude,
even,
mate.
You can't.
Mike.
You're right.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay.
You're right, mate.
I fixed that months ago, dude. I even sent you a video of it being fixed. In fact,
Hello.
my wheel is currently a lot straighter than what yours is now.
No, you don't even know what mine looks like.
Dude, I literally saw the YouTube episode.
You couldn't tell.
And you were still moaning that it was slightly off, whereas mine is completely straight.
No, yours is not. You have not driven it.
No.
So you don't know.
Mate,
you're lying.
There is video footage. When my episode drops, you will see. The whole world will see how wrong you are against me.
Listen, just because when your car's parked and you put your steering wheel straight does not mean that when you drive it, it's actually straight.
I promise you that wheel is straight. 100% accurate.
Helen, he likes to drive his car. The whole year he drove his car, his steering wheel looked like it was doing a right-hand turn when he was going straight. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. Helen, enough of this faffing about. Tell us a little bit about your JCW.
So I bought it in November last year. That is modified. That's got a lot of things on it that have been upgraded and modified. Not by me, it was already like it. So it's been lowered. It's had all the chrome killed. And it's been stage 2 mapped. So it's quite quick. Yeah. So that's the cool car.
You
could
put a little map on one of those, and you put a map on one of those, and they boogie.
Is it the N14 lamp?
I've got N18. To be fair.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. You're so jealous.
2 running minis. 2 running reliable minis.
Yeah, well, I kind of did a bit of homework before I bought my last R56, and I stumbled across a YouTube video where they were going on about the N14 and the N18. And thank God I did, really. 'Cause then I made sure I bought an entrance.
Yeah. Wish I'd done the same.
I do know people with entrance, though, and they're all right. They're quite reliable if they're looked after.
I will
Maintained.
chime in. I will chime in here. I will chime in here and tell you that I had an N18, and you know what happened to it, Ellen?
What?
It caught fire and burned to the ground. So
You
I
do
wish
hear
you
about
both
minis
the best
setting
of
fire.
luck. Yeah, it spontaneously combusted. I don't know.
I think Mike's just dodgy at wiring.
No. I tried to find out what happened and fight it, and because I was kind of getting screwed over with insurance, and Mini didn't want to do anything, and this and that. So I don't know. I had some like injector work done not too long before it, so my thought was that the shop that did it, maybe it was faulty and maybe sprayed some fuel was leaking onto the manifold or something like that. That's my guess. But I got shut down on all my actions of trying to get it rectified. So who knows? It probably wasn't the engine. It was probably, like I said, the faulty work or something like that. But shit happens. It was a fun car. It was quick. I just had like a little piggyback tune and intake and exhaust and short shifter. Man, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. I'm an advocate for new minis. Obviously, I love classics way more, but as a daily driver, man, I can't get away from them. They're too fun. I had a R53, I had an R56, and now I have an F56.
Okay.
And they're all fun. They're so much fun. They're great daily drivers. I kind of want to get like a newer Clubman or newer Countryman, not the newest ones, because I still think those are really ugly. Maybe like the whatever. I don't. But just because it still feels like a Mini inside, but you get 4 doors or whatever, So, anyways, people are probably tuning out because I'm starting to talk about new Minis, and they're probably like, they're all shite.
Oh yeah,
Put them in the bin, mate.
I make TikToks for the R56 group to promote like shows we're going to and stuff, and I just get troll comments. That's a binny. And they're like,
"That's a binny. Put it in the bin, mate."
Yeah.
It frustrates me because I guarantee 95% of them, let's go 99%, have not even driven one. Like, fine, whatever. Aesthetically, if you don't like it, the classic is better. I agree. It has so much character. But if you really dive into it, there's a lot of aspects that Mini did a good job, or BMW, whoever you want to say, like they did a really good job of trying
the prototype. I'm just saying, it's still a
I
Rover.
know that, but that's what I'm saying.
Not many people do.
But to continue along, like even in the my F56, like there's still circular gauges, there's still circular things, that it still has the plastic arches like the last Rover had. Like there's still a ton of stuff that's very, very similar. Yeah,
they have
cool. You can't produce a classic Mini for freaking ever. Like it's not possible. So it's one of the better, like, retro ones, right? Like some of those Camaros and shit look so ugly compared to the classics.
Exactly. And here's the thing, Helen. What would you rather? Would you rather a shitty Fiesta or your Mini? Surely, right? It's a no-brainer at this point, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, 100%. That's my point. That's my point every time. Like it's like you got to look at it for what it is. Like I'm not trying to compare and say my F56 or R56 or R53 is better than my classic. If I had the keys on the table, I would, I wouldn't be sweating like that guy in the meme pressing the 2 different buttons. I know which one I'm going to pick. But as a daily driver, like it's a great little car. Great on gas. It's still fun to drive. It's not driving like some shitty Kia. No offense to anyone that drives it. Do you guys have Kia over there?
Yeah, we have Kia.
Yeah.
Actually, some of those Kia nowadays are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Going off on a tangent.
That's what Helen, this show is all about, Helen.
I'm curious, Helen. How low is your JCW?
Well, when I got it, it was too low and I couldn't get it up and over the drive.
Oh.
So I had to have the coilovers raised slightly. I prefer the look of how it was, but it just wasn't practical. I was just like panicking going over speed bumps, and it was just sat perched at the top of the drive because my drive is like dipped and then the pavement goes down, so there's like a peak kind of thing. Yeah, you know those plastic things that are there for when you jack it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all gone. They're
Are you
gone.
serious?
So
I don't know how. I've managed to keep all mine on the car,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
really don't understand how.
Yeah.
Everyone
Right.
always questions about it. I'm like, maybe they're glued on. I have no idea.
Sean didn't learn his lesson to raise his up after he knocked off his coolant hose and his exhaust. And
Bro, why you gotta do me dirty on the pod like this, man? Come on.
he's a stancy boy at heart. It's okay. Well, I'm not gonna do our guests dirty, so you're the only one left. So,
Gee, thanks.
we love you, Sean. We love you. So Helen, it's about that time, the time of the show that we jump into the Patty Probe. Are you ready for the Patty Probe?
Okay.
Reluctantly.
So it sounds scarier than it is.
Yeah,
Patty
it just
Probe
sounds
is a
scary.
lovely set of questions that are mini related, maybe controversial. I don't know. We can see, and we can just chit chat about them. And we ask all of our guests the same group of questions. So
Okay.
let's see. All right. I've been enjoying this one lately. What is your least favorite? And these are typically classic mini related, but if you want to chime in on the new mini as well, you can. What is your least favorite mini variant? Something that you're not particularly fond of?
I don't know. Well, it would be one of the new ones, because I like all the classic minis, and I like all of the earlier modern ones as well. Like it would be difficult to say which one I least like, but the new ones that have come out now, they're too big.
I think this is the first time ever on the podcast where somebody has not been able to give, apart from the modern minis, somebody has not been able to give a definitive answer on a mini that they don't like. That is genuinely incredible.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what I would say if someone asked me what my least favorite is. I would have to think pretty hard about it because I kind of like them all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably some obscure variant that's kind of ugly, but it's hard to. That I don't know all of them, but the ones that I do know, I think they're all kind of cool.
What's the most common one that people have said then that they didn't like?
I think, man, I forget. I think we've had a couple Mokes and a couple estates.
Right.
So
didn't somebody say a pickup as well?
Did someone say a pickup? I forget.
I'm sure someone said
back through.
I can't remember. Right?
Yeah. Whoever said a Moke was a loser. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love everybody. We love everyone. Everyone has an opinion, and they're like, sphincters, and they all stink. So
sphincters. Show your age, Mike.
Helen, let's hear this. 10-inch, 12-inch, or 13-inch? Which size do you prefer and why?
I like the 13-inch, the sport pack wheels.
Ooh, interesting.
I really like them.
Hot take.
Dang, a sport pack wheel? You know, Hero loves the sport pack wheels and arches, and that might be something. If it's not a variant, but I quite think that's ugly. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ugly. All right, I'll rephrase that. I don't think it's ugly. But I never would put that on my car. I just don't think it's if I bought a sport pack, okay, I'd buy it just specifically for that, but that would probably be one of the last ones I would buy.
Right. Yeah, if I went and bought an MPI sport pack, that's the wheels I would want on it because I'd want it to look like that. I wouldn't necessarily go out and put them on this one, but they're the ones I look at and I like them.
Yeah. It is a very interesting, it's like one of those things like 13-inch wheels for me on a Mini. It's not that I dislike the wheel or the look of it or whatever. It's the look of the actual wheel. It's like I feel like the Mini just has to have 10s, 12 maxes. Are yours 13s right now?
No, they're 12.
They're 12s. Yeah, see, I think 12 is like the biggest that I personally visually like on the car. But like all the 13-inch wheels I've seen, like I actually like the wheel. Like my first wheels that I had were 13s, and I thought the wheels were super cool, but I just needed 10s. That's just me. So
I did go through a phase of wanting 10-inch wheels, but obviously you've got to go and upgrade, change your brakes and everything, haven't you? And I thought it was a bit of a faff. I couldn't be
let's go.
I feel like I'm bringing back like the joy around that word. Like you guys just use it willy nilly, but like to see the joy that when someone says it, I like someone will say in an interview, like not knowing that I love that word, and my face just goes. You're right, Helen. It is a faff. I did it though, like I said, because mine had the bigger brakes and stuff on it too, but they're all kind of junked out, so might as well just do the 10-inch ones or whatever they are, 7.5 or whatever.
Yeah. If you spend the money as well, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, I wanted Mambas.
Quite a lot differently on 10s as well. Does it feel quite different?
Personally, I think it drives much better because the tire, it's much smoother because the tire is bigger. The 13-inch ride was very harsh because there's not a lot of tire on it. That was just that's what I've heard, and that was my experience as well. But I'm sure a really dialed 12 or 13 can drive equally as good. Let's see here.
I haven't found a wheel I like.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, a lot of choices. Helen, does your Mini have a name?
They both got names, yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm sneezing over here.
I've got Sprightly and Kitely.
Sprightly and Kitely.
Sprite because he's a sprite, and Kitely because it's kite blue. So, and
it works.
It works.
It works. It works. I love it. I love it. So this is kind of some of the newer ones that we've been doing, and I've enjoyed kind of listening to some of the answers. It's a little bit unique and not necessarily Mini related, but if you could do a dream road trip in your Mini, where would it be?
Probably I'd quite like to drive to Paris and drive around Paris. Crazy, I know, but yeah. Because I went a couple of years ago and I literally did see a classic Mini driving through Paris, and I was like, oh my God, that looks so cool. It just suits the place.
It's a perfect size car.
Yeah.
How far of a drive would that be?
It's not actually that bad, I don't think, in like a normal car. I don't know how a classic would.
6 hours, something like that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, France is literally a stone's throw.
See,
I have driven over there before.
we're going on a tangent, Helen.
Mm.
This is why we need people to go follow Mountaineer, because Sean needs to fly to the United States and experience what it's like driving for 24 hours and not leaving the same country.
Wow.
All state.
Well, we could drive 6 hours across Texas and still be in Texas.
See, that blows my mind.
I can
Yeah.
drive 6 hours
Crazy.
and get to San Francisco. It's in the same state.
Damn. And we've got to drive through how many states? 5, 6,
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Depending on the route. I don't know. Yeah.
It was a
United
handful.
States. We got California. I don't know. Would we hit? I don't know if we would hit Nevada. We got New Mexico.
Top of Texas.
Yeah. Because we do Arizona. Yeah. So Texas,
Sorry, Helen.
Oklahoma, Arkansas. Yeah. So I don't know. States that you don't even know. Do you even know? Have you ever heard of Arkansas?
Of course I have. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
It's in the east part of the states, right?
No.
It is. It's pretty much the east. It's compared to you, it's east.
Well, it's east from me.
Exactly.
It's to be fair, the breakdown of like the United States, it's like the West, the South, East, and Midwest, and it's like kind of confusing because it doesn't really make sense. So anyways, okay, to Paris, that's fun. I support that. That would be really cool. And because like, what other fun little car could you take in Paris? Like, like a Fiat or something would be kind of cool. But like, what?
I thought you were going to say Fiesta then.
A Fiesta would be
genuinely
good.
so close to walking out.
I should have said that. That would have been a great callback. That would have been hilarious. A Fiesta would be great. Does the French make a little cool car like that? Do they make a little mini Citroen or something?
Modern or classic?
Well, I would assume classic. I don't know French cars. Maybe an Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine 110 would be kind of cool, especially through the hours. But I don't know if you'd want to drive that through Paris.
I don't know. Maybe a Vespa. So Helen, on this road trip, what would be your mini driving playlist? What kind of music would you be listening to?
I don't know. Just my normal random music that I listen to.
Well, what do you listen? What do you listen to?
It could be Metallica. It could be house music. It could be 80s. It's just very random. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Hey, but that's a good playlist.
That's variation, isn't it?
Sean, we're gonna have to have Helen throw in some stuff to our playlist.
100%.
I kind of like that whole answer right there. A little Metallica, 80s hair metal would be fun too.
Oh, dude, we need to have a sing along to 80s hair metal, surely. Bit of Def Leppard, maybe.
I was definitely an emo, screamo, post-hardcore kid growing up, and driving to school with my Mini and the windows down. I thought it was so cool with blah 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 blah, and people are like, "What the hell?" Like like, what is this kid like? He's got this Mini, like, oh man, that's fun, cool. The last question we ask all of our guests: if you could have a drink, coffee, beer, tea, drink of your choice with one mini celeb, who would it be and why?
A mini celeb. I haven't got a clue.
It's okay. You can say me if you want. I mean,
why not? Yeah, yourself.
Anyone from the clubs that you're in?
I kind of see them at shows and stuff and hang out with them at times anyway, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You know, we can have you back on later, and we'll have you on a later date, or you know, DM me later if you think of something, and we'll splice it in. We'll just be like,
Okay.
you know, dub over your voice.
Right. AI.
That's fun. Well, Helen, we really appreciate you being on. Everyone go check out Helen's mini sprightly _1995 and little underscore kite blue JCW. That thing's actually pretty badass as well. Those are some of my favorite wheels on the R56. And go support Mini Girls at Himley. Is it Himley Hall, you said? Is that
Himley Hall
that's where it's going to
tomorrow,
be?
yeah.
Oh, well, I guess it's tomorrow, so no one's going to be able to support you because this isn't going out tomorrow. So, but
Okay.
check out R56 Group UK as well. I tried to plug it. Anything else you want the people to know, Helen?
Don't think so. No.
I love it. Thank you for being on. We really appreciate it. You can check us out, minilife.37. I'm at Goldtooth Cray, and that is at Scrapyard. Don't forget our partner, Mountain Classic. Get them to 2,000. We're going on a road trip, baby. We're bringing more content to you, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
See you later. Thanks, Helen.
See ya. Bye.